Hello, this is Sana Sobilaswar. I'm a doctor in counseling and human behavior and a wellness and leadership coach. I'm also the chapter president of International Coach Federation Lebanon and a member of the ICF Houston chapter. I'm professionally certified with ICF Global, and this initiative and intervention today is with the Lebanese Diaspora Energy, LDE, that is affiliated with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Lebanon. And together with ICF Chapter Lebanon, we created this initiative that is called SAWA. SAWA, to thrive, not to survive. To all of you, my fellow Lebanese diaspora, we find ourselves stuck today outside our country, cannot come back, cannot see our families or friends. We could be stuck in our homes, most of you not being able to go to work. Life as we know it has changed drastically. It is a new reality. The problem is, we are trying to survive this new reality with our own old ways. Why? Because we may not know any better. So it makes sense for you to feel anxious, frightened, sad, lonely, frustrated, angry, and lazy, helpless, and sometimes even hopeless. Fighting the new reality and thriving in it requires a new thought process, an adaptation, and a totally different approach. In other words, we need to be resilient, and we need to use what we have to do so. The coronavirus world is not about defeat or hopelessness. It is not about surviving it, but about thriving in it. Within each one of us lies the solution and the means. For that, I will really use a very powerful quote from Theodore Roosevelt in talking to his military before they were going to battle. He said, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." We, my friends, are no different. We are in a fight for our lives, our families, our friends, our country. To talk about thriving, about conquering, about building in this destructive time, I want you to answer 3 questions, reflecting that quote. What can you really do? What do you honestly have? And where are you truly? Allow me to help you answer these questions. All of you may have noticed that you are being overrun by thoughts of concern, unable to stop the continuous mental chatter since the lockdown. And that is leading to needless arguing and frustration, pushing you away from your own happiness. It may seem like you can't stop the noise inside your head. If that is the case, you are under the control of your overprotective brain. This is described by Dr. Marsha Reynolds in her book, Outsmart Your Brain. In doing so, you have become hostage, not just to the outside world, but also to your inner world. It is time to gain control of your worlds and again thrive. The name of the battle and war is resilience, my friend. Resilience. So, question number 1, what can you really do? To answer this question, you have to look at something we call the circle of influence. Circle of influence has been notified by Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In coaching, our clients are the ones who dictate their goals and their agenda. Now, the circle of influence will be divided into 3 layers to help you deal with your problems. First, you have the circle of concern. This is where things happen that are outside of your control and you have no influence whatsoever. A great example is this coronavirus. Unless you are in the medical field and working on a cure, you have no control over it. The second circle is that of influence. These are things that you may have some effect on, like the health and safety of your families in your house or overseas. You can offer to support them morally, spiritually, financially, but sometimes you cannot be there physically 24/7. Now, the closest circle to you is the circle of focus, and this is what you need to focus on. It is the one that touches your life, your physical, your mental, your spiritual, your economic, social, and emotional well-being. It is the things you have control over and you can do to help you. You can choose to exercise, to spend time with your children or people that are with you, to educate yourself, to meditate, to pray, to love, to hold, to cherish, to support. It doesn't matter. Now let me focus on one point here. It is your choice. It is your mindset. You decide if you want to focus on happiness and positivity and be controlled by worry and negativity. This brings me to the second question. What do you honestly have? Take a look around you and within you. Make a list of what you have and who you have. Your family, your children, your health. Go ahead. Name all the resources. What are your inner strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your outer strengths? How can you best use all of these? Make the connections with the ones you love, for they are the ones you have. Make connections with yourself. Most of us do not have the time for ourselves and we keep postponing ourselves, hoping that one day we're going to catch up and connect with ourselves and sometimes with each other. This is a golden and sacred opportunity to do so. Getting to know you, what you have inside of you, inside out, it is a blessing that will help you not just now, but in the years to come. Take a look around you. Wherever you are, alone or surrounded by your loved ones, these are your assets, your faith, prayers, and the ability to practice mindful meditation. I really would have loved to indulge into mindfulness and meditation, but I don't have the time. I encourage you to research and practice it. What we know is that only 10 minutes of mindfulness a day will empower you to see the world differently and give you tools to thrive. And finally, to help you thrive, see where you are truly. Can you identify where you are in your life? How did you get here? Where do you want to go? Are you where you always want to be? Of course, I'm not talking about coronavirus world. I'm talking about your world. Those of us who have lived through the Civil War talk about how we came together, how we managed to survive and remember and rejoice, how we got so much stronger and resilient. Just take a look at all of what you have done outside of Lebanon. You know, the Lebanese diaspora and the Lebanese rejoice in your achievements. You are born and made to overcome, to prosper, to excel. This war is no different, but you know what? It too shall pass. And just like you have always done, you will reach new heights and lead us into the new world. You are our home, away from home. And when all of this is over, you will find us waiting for you. Be strong, be resilient, be strong in faith, be safe, be Lebanon. Thank you.